Hey The Witcher fans, I'm Louise, I'm the sci-fi and fantasy editor at radiotimes.com.
And I'm Rob, I'm the gaming editor at radiotimes.com.
And we've seen volume 1 of The Witcher season 3. We're ready to delve into all the cliffhangers, all the goss, and Rob's hatred for the elves.
I hate all of them.
So this season picks up with Geralt, Yennefer, Ciri. Ciri's on the run from just about everyone. There's about 6 different groups of people who want her, some for nefarious reasons, others not. But they're all after her, and Geralt and Yennefer are doing everything they can to protect her. We see that in the very first episode, that little family unit, which we both quite enjoyed, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought the start of the season was really cool. Like to see the characters like, oh, they're just together now. This is their status quo. You know, they've both kind of been training Ciri up with like the Witcher skills and the mage skills. There were flirty letters going back and forth between Geralt and Yennefer. Well, they're very one-directional at that point. But I was like, yeah, this is good. I enjoyed the way it started.
Yeah, and it kind of shows that character development for Geralt. It's taken a long time, but he is now smiling. He's a bit of a father figure, which is really nice. And Yennefer's got that mother figure going on, which I think is really sweet for her story. You quite liked the action as well this season.
Yeah, I thought the action's kind of been pretty consistently good, I think, throughout the whole like series as a whole. But I feel like this season they definitely got someone from like Netflix or whoever gave them a note that was like, let's just have like a monster fight. I don't know, every episode. And it was like, yeah, he's going to have a monster with 3 heads. There's going to be a big sea monster. Ciri can kind of come in with a big sword. And yeah, I thought that was all really good.
Yeah, I really agree. I think it's important to still go back to kind of the roots of that. That's what we loved about it in season 1. And I think it's so important to bring that back. And Ciri is just badass now. So why not use her for these fights? She can take care of herself. One episode that I really, really loved was episode 5, the last one of volume 1. It's the kind of back and forth in time. It's the ball, it's the conclave of mages where everyone's kind of in one place. There's all these reveals throughout the episode leading to the, I'm going to say slightly forced cliffhanger at the end with Dijkstra holding a knife to Geralt's throat. Other than that, I really liked this episode. I think it might be a little bit divisive, but I liked that it was a bit different. It was crafted quite well, I think. And we had all those little reveals going along the line to the point of Vilgefortz potentially being our baddie. I think that's what Geralt and Yennefer have kind of decided by the end. So we'll see how that plays out. What did you think of that episode?
Yeah, I didn't love the kind of showing it out of sequence thing. I think it'd be interesting to see like an edit of just here's everything that happened in the correct order. But overall, I thought like taking Geralt and Yennefer and just putting them into like that kind of political intrigue situation works a lot better than what was happening in previous episodes when it was like, we're just going to show you people in different places having conversations about various things, where it's like, no, let's take the good characters and just force them into that scenario rather than kind of changing from location between every scene like a lot of the other episodes were doing.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I didn't love so much about some of the other episodes is the sitting and talking about all the politics. I think in some shows that works really well. Game of Thrones did that most of the time quite well. Here, I think they're just a bit short on time potentially to do that completely well. So it just feels a bit like you're losing track of who wants what, where everyone is, and it can feel a little bit boring, I think.
Yeah, I think like they throw in like some swear words or like people being like whipped to be like, this is a cool show. It's like Game of Thrones. It's like the things they're talking about, the characters themselves, other than like the core 4 or so main characters. And like I can kind of take or leave most of the rest of them, which isn't a great vibe when they're taking up quite a lot of screen time.
Yeah, I think if they potentially just cut that down a bit. Here's where we talk about the elves. We don't need as many prominent elves. I love Francesca, love her vibe. I don't think we need the rest of them to be as prominent. I think we could just basically do with a lot less chit-chat and more, maybe more action. Just a bit more of Geralt, Yennefer and Ciri, potentially.
Yeah, I feel like the balance was maybe slightly off between like all those different elements, but there's like a good show in there, but there's like a lot of kind of fluff along the way.
Yeah, and where we end up, we think, hopefully, this is all theory, but we think we're headed towards a big battle.
Yeah, it feels like there's like a bit of like a battle of the 5 armies going on, but hopefully better than that film. Where it's like we've got all these different people. We've kind of established by now roughly or vaguely what they all want. Well, they all want Ciri, but why they all want her. And I feel like at some point it's got to come to a head if Henry Cavill can survive the cliffhanger of a small knife.
Well, that's the thing as well. It's Henry Cavill's final season. I'm hoping he does go out with a bang. You know, a big battle, I think, would be a brilliant way to do that. but we'll just have to see what happens. I'd love to see Ciri doing some more fighting. Get her in the fray, I think.
Yeah, that'd be cool for like her to have agency, hopefully, in like the
Yeah.
finale as well. But it's like a lot of the season's been people talking about her, but it's like I want to see what she actually wants to do. What's her kind of motivation at this point? It'd be cool to find out.
Definitely. So let us know what you thought of season 3, volume 1 of The Witcher, and what you hope to see in volume 2. And check out all of our coverage on radiotimes.com.